starting our run in South Lake Tahoe and connecting up to the Tahoe Rim Trail from Kingsbury to Spoon Lake, where we'll be covering a total of over 31 miles of trail, out and back. Shadowing the rugged peaks of the Carson Range, this trail segment weaves between huge trunks of ancient firs and over sun-splashed granite outcrops. A long traverse up the volcanic flanks of South Camp Peak leads to the highest point on the segment and this stunning view that sweeps across the entire length of Lake Tahoe. Most of the trail maintains a 10% or less grade. The route is marked with blue triangle signs. This section is open to hikers, bikers, and even horses, though I didn't see any. This is a very dry section, so there's no water. It is recommended to bring at least 1 liter for every 2 hours of hiking, and it's remembered that 2 liters is considered the minimum for a day. The Tahoe Rim Trail exists because of the dreams and dedicated efforts of thousands of volunteers and members. 3 million years ago, the Earth thrust itself up along what's now referred to as the Carson and Sierra Nevada ranges, and down between them is what is called Lake Tahoe Basin. The climate of Lake Tahoe reflects its location, nestled between the Sierra Nevada and Carson mountain ranges. Annual precipitation on the western slopes of the Sierra Nevada range averages 55 inches. On the eastern shore of the lake, 26 inches. For Lake Tahoe itself, the average precipitation is 30 inches, 600 inches of annual snowfall. Most precipitation falls on the lake, and enough evaporation occurs daily to keep the water running in Los Angeles for an entire day. The lake itself is 22 miles long and 12 miles across, and the shoreline is 72 miles around. The Native American Washoe tribe inhabited the Tahoe region as far back as 10,000 years ago. The Washoe, called the Dahawaka, translated to edge of the lake. The first white visitors to the area pronounced this name and called it Tahoe. The name still remains. The Washoe people and neighboring northern Patu people were culturally and linguistically very different, and they were always at war. In 1844, pioneers began to settle throughout the Tahoe Basin and establish claims on the land. In 1849, during the California Gold Rush, more settlers came along, open roadhouses, and staked out ranches and farms. Till the end of the 1800s, many Tahoe forests were leveled to supply lumber and fuel to mines in Nevada. Once the land had been stripped of its natural forestation, entrepreneurs snapped up the land, literally dirt cheap, and began building hotels and mansions for the wealthy. In the early 1900s, serious attempts were made to have Lake Tahoe declared a national park. These efforts failed due to the fact that the area had been ravished and lacked the untouched qualities necessary for national park status. With the coming of the automobile and improved roadways, Tahoe lost its exclusivity with the influx of general population. After World War II, campgrounds and inexpensive hotels sprouted up, and they were very popular during the post-war growth periods. The Winter Olympics in 1960 thrusted Tahoe into the international spotlight, and it was instrumental in establishing it as a world-class resort. It quickly became popular in both the winter and summer seasons. The growth periods that followed threatened the purity of the lake and its environment. In 1970, a group of preservationists and residents came together to form a regional planning agency to regulate the growth and protect the lake. Tahoe is known today for its marvelous cold weather sports, ski slopes, as well as the warm weather amenities. It is a magnet for tourism from around the world. Thanks to the National Forest Service and other preservationists, much of the area surrounding the basin has been restored to its natural beauty. The views are magnificent, and the forests provide habitat for many species of wildlife, including some of those which are listed on the United States as endangered. Long ago, before Europeans, a well-known Washoe story was passed on from generation to generation. The moon's last rays glinted dimly on a gray moving form. There was the unusual distance, of course, and the confusing dimness of dawn, but this might be his only chance for game this morning. Big Eagle pulled his bowstring. His arrow sped straight and sure. Out over the shimmering ripples of the blue big water, a long agonized wail rose to meet the dawn. It was echoed a second later by the wild despairing cry of the young chief as he slid without caution down the steep jagged side of the rock.
This is the bench. I went like a mile past the bench. Probably climbed down another 1,000 feet, back up.
Swiftly he leaped and staggered through the lifting shadows and clutching underbrush till, down near the water, he fell on his knees and at last beside a still gray shape.
Even going down's a little bit hard.
The running is great, the trails are smooth and the scenery breathtaking. I recommend Tahoe for any 2 to 5 day vacation. For more information on the trails, visit rimtrail.org or visit videomycompany.com to learn more. And thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this run.